Okay, hi, welcome to the video. I'm Melissa, I write books. I did not intend to make this update because there's nothing to update on. Nothing is going on. Usually I wait to do one of these until like a big wave of things has passed. Like I think that the last one I did, when was the last one of these I did? Because if it's been like months, these are just querying updates basically. I don't post like a ton of regular content about querying, and I am filming a vlog that will be posted at the time of eventual literary agent signing. But I do like to just kind of give a little update / pep to just like a little like, how am I doing mentally? Check in on querying. And I actually got a Snapchat memory the other day of the first query that I sent, and it was like almost exactly not 1 year ago. No, 3 years ago to this week that I sent my first query. And I fear it did send me into a bit of existential dread, but just this is like a base level, like in case you're brand spanking new, I'm querying my third book. I started querying this one in early May, and I had a partial and another partial, and one of the partials was a rejection. The second partial turned into a full, which later turned into a rejection. And then I currently have one full and one partial out. So a total of 4 requests since querying in May, which is fine. It's like a fine number, but I've pretty much queried all of the agents that are thriller agents. And in the past, like I think I'm at similar numbers. Like I think at this time last year when I was querying, I started querying around a similar time for the last book, and I had around the same amount of requests and rejections. But this time around, I've sent more queries earlier, so it kind of feels like I don't know. Summer is also just like, I got those 2 requests 4th of July weekend, like the end of June, beginning of July, and it's been like radio silence since. I've gotten like a few random form rejections, but it has been so dead, and I'm hoping that after Labor Day, things kind of pick up a little bit, but that's just where we're at numbers wise. So I'm waiting on a full and a partial. I got an update on the partial. She was like, sorry, I'm so behind. And I'm like, Slay Queen, we love to see it. That's where the numbers are at. But what I really wanted to do with this video is talk about just like jealousy, because I feel like I have not felt this like deep jealousy. This is new for me. And I think a big part of it is because of how long I've been doing this now. I don't know. So I'm actually going to throw you back in time a little bit. This was like a week ago. I was feeling really in my feels. I filmed this clip for my querying vlog. So whenever you see that, it'll probably be a repeat. But I was rewatching it just to put it into the hard drive with all the other footage, because I needed to buy an entire hard drive for all the footage of this querying vlog. Yeah. But I was just kind of feeling down in the dumps about how long it's been taking me. And so I'm just going to roll that clip. I'm just going to warn you, I look questionable. It was like late at night. This querying vlog is full of clips of me just like looking like garbage at like 5 a.m. and 10 p.m. I don't know. So there you go. I know that this takes a long time, querying. I know that it takes a long time. Like I have been prepared for this to take a long time for forever. And I know that there are signs that I'm not half bad. I know I'm getting requests, and I know that is good. Really, I think I see other people, and like true, not everybody shares their experience online. And I knew it was normal to not get an agent on your first book. Yeah, like I feel like it's very common to hear the story of, I didn't get with my first book, but the second book I queried, it worked out, or even the third. And who knows, the jury's still out on the third. I feel like I don't really hear about people having to query 5 books to get an agent. And that is maybe just me, but I've been seeing a lot of like, are you worried that you're getting like more than, like it took me more than 40 rejections to get an agent. And I'm like, I'm sitting somewhere around like 200 rejections, which I know that this is not like a logical worry. It doesn't work like that. Like nobody knows that this is the third book I'm querying. I guess they do on the back end, but like nobody's thinking like, oh, this is the third. I'm the only one really seeing it that way. But I have just been worrying recently that like I'm not good enough at this to make it. And that's not to say that I'm not good at all. Like, I know that, like, I've been doing this for so long, like, I have to be at least decent, right? But I'm just starting to reach the point where, like, even the people who have, like, longer journeys of getting agents, I feel like I'm still, like, I've been doing this longer than them. And so even the stories that are like, it took years, I'm like, now I'm surpassing those times. I think I'm starting to lose my hope a little bit. It's hard to keep being creative. And I'm just thinking about people I know. And I'm not even directly comparing because it's not like we all are different writers. Like, I don't really know. It's so unhelpful to do this, but I'm in a spot where I just like feel the need to have a pity party for myself. So that's what I'm going to do. It's like, just like I know a lot of people, it's the first or second book. And it's just hard when I feel like I should be hitting that milestone and I should be moving on to that part. And I'm just not yet. And it kind of makes me feel like a fraud, to be honest, because like I'm doing this so out loud and that's good. And I wouldn't do it any other way. I mean, I would, but like I'm happy to be doing it this way. I feel like I give off this impression of somebody who should be agented by now, and I'm just not. And I think social media is hard because you don't actually know what my writing is like for the most part. It's starting to feel like, yes, you're all very supportive, which is so wonderful. I could be really bad or just not. Now, it's not even that I think I'm really bad. It's that I think I'm just like not good enough, you know? And I'm not even referring to like me as a person. My writing skill, I don't equate that to like who I, like the inherent dignity of me as a person. Like that's not my issue. I don't know. It's just hard. I just want it. And it sounds so childish. Like I want it. Why aren't I not getting it? I should actually do the math and see how long it's been. Cause I think September is when I first started querying the first thing I ever queried, which I think was in 2022. So I'll be hitting 3 years querying. And I feel like I hear about people querying for 2 years, but I don't hear about people querying for 3 years. And I know that it doesn't matter and that the numbers like really don't matter, but it is harder to believe that today. And I don't know why. So I think I'm just having an identity crisis with my writing. I just changed genres and I just needed to complain today and just like feel like allow this like lack of hope to say its piece so that I can maybe shove it away. And I don't remember exactly where I left that off, but I have just been feeling like there's been this last year in specific, I feel like there have been a lot of people to get agents and to get book deals. And it's kind of creating this image that I don't think is true, but this image that like, it's easier now. Like more people are getting them now, which is not true. And I don't even like that I said that because I feel like it discredits the hard work of the people who have gotten agents, and I don't want to discredit that accomplishment at all. I think it's more so that I've been in community with writers for long enough now that people are starting to make those moves in their career that just weren't happening when you're an earlier, like, first couple of years of writing. And the thing I want to talk about with jealousy is that it's, like, the worst because I'm so happy. I like genuinely am. It's not a competition between me and other querying agent like authors, unless you're like querying the same agent with the same kind of book, but that is super rare too. And I am like so proud of all of the people who have had success and who have gotten agents and like they've worked for that and they've earned it, you know, like it's not, the jealousy is not about the people getting it. It's about you know. It's starting to be a little bit embarrassing of like, Alyssa's still making these querying updates. Like, girl, it's been years. And I kind of just like feel like I'm being left behind, which is so dramatic. And also I wanted to say after watching that clip that like, I think it's healthy to remind yourself if you're feeling the jealousy, first let yourself feel it. You can't control how you feel. It's very normal to see people achieving milestones and want to achieve them, especially if you've been working towards them for a long time. Like it's normal to feel that. But you are responsible for what you do with that feeling and with how that impacts you, right? Brielle actually, I was talking to Brielle about this and then she brought that up. And I think that's so important because I could take this jealousy of like, man, Meredith just got an agent. Like I'm just sitting here with nothing. And it would be really easy to take that and be like, well, I'm Meredith, I'm going to pick on you because I know I can. But where it's like, well, Meredith, she probably had a secret in the business, and like she didn't really deserve it, and like she's like like I could turn it into this whole like starting to form this like resentment towards people and towards yourself. Like I could also take that jealous and be like, well, I'm never gonna be good enough. I just need to stop writing forever. Or I could take it onto social media, which I have seen people do this, where they get rejections and then they go on social media with this like sense of like, I deserve everything, which is just not true. Like, we're not owed anything. And watching that video, like, and watching myself say like, that seems so childish, that like, oh, I want this, why am I not getting it? Like, working for something, trying for something, wanting something is not like, you don't deserve anything. Like, there's just because you want something doesn't mean you're owed it, you know? And I've said this, I feel like in every querying update, but I feel like it's so necessary for me to remind myself, and it's so necessary for us to like remember this, because I've seen people go on socials and being like, agents don't even respond. Like, an agent had my full for 2 months and they're not responding and I'm closing it out and I hate them. And like, why will no one respond to me? And I'm like, would I love if every agent responded to me? Yes. Are they going to do it? No, they're not. They're not going to do it. And okay, I think that sounds kind of harsh on a first glance, but I really think it's important to remember. And I have been trying to remind myself of that too, of like, listen, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. It doesn't matter. I feel like I'm going a little insane. What I've actually been doing recently is zooming out. Querying is how you get an agent, yes. But there's also like other things that you can do to improve and to build connections and to do all these things. And I kind of like leaned away from those for a long time. And I don't know exactly why. I think a part of it was a sense of pride of like, I don't need to do all these other things to get an agent. Like, I don't need to join these things and participate in things. Like, I can just write a good book and revise it and edit it and get beta readers and then edit it a bit more and then query it. And I don't need to do all these other things, right? Because really you don't. Like, all you need to do is query. But now it's been a while and I'm like, okay, let's see. I'm feeling a lot of like rage and jealousy and a lot of feelings that I don't want to feel. And I especially don't want to feel in relation to writing, which is something that I love. And so the first thing I started doing was stop being desperate. I'm done being desperate, okay? And I think I had been writing, there was a book I was writing that I recently shelved. And the reason I kept writing it for so long, even though I knew it wasn't working, was because I was desperate. I was desperate to have another book that was going to be query ready. I was desperate to have a marketable hook that would sell and that would get agents. And I was so desperate to do that I kept writing a book that I didn't enjoy writing and that isn't even really what I want to write for a long time. I've taken a step back and seen like, okay, let's not make decisions based out of fear. Let's not make decisions on what I'm going to write based on the fear that maybe this book that I'm currently querying won't work. And then I'm like, let's stop doing that. And that's a recent revelation. But the other thing I've started to do is like try other things in the meantime. Like I recently went to this writing retreat in Kentucky that I applied for I applied in the early spring. So it's sort of been like creeping up on me like, hey, listen, maybe start being involved in the community, you know? And that was a really great experience. And so I've also been looking into like mentorship opportunities and like I did some pitch contests and I'm going to look into some conferences, hopefully that don't cost very much, but just like there's more ways that you can plug into writing community and into the trad pub space than just querying, right? And so that's one thing I've been doing. I never thought that I would do this. I really never did, but I started writing something that I really have no intention of querying. And I think it ties into that desperation, like the fantasy book I'm writing right now, I do not intend to query it. I don't really know what my plans are yet, to be honest with it, but I really don't. It's a duology. I just don't think that it's going to be a querying book. I might eat my words, but It's very odd to me to do that because my plan has always been query the book, write the next one, query the book, write the next one in the never ending circle that goes over and over and over and over and over and over again. And Sunshine was an example of me doing that, and like that making like sticking to that cycle so hard that it stopped me from like actually seeing like, hey, this book isn't working for so long. Like, hey, this isn't what you want to write for so long, you know? And so I am writing a fantasy duology right now. I'm having a great time. I'm having a great time. I don't intend to query. And it's kind of scary because it's like, what are you going to query next then, Alyssa? What are you going to put in the trenches next? And I do, after I draft this query, good Lord. After I draft this duology, I do plan to write a new romantic thriller, whatever we want to call it. But that has been good for my jealousy because I think it's like creating from a purer space again. And I do like that. I don't think there's anything wrong with writing a book with the intention to query or making decisions in your book with the intention of like making it right for trad. Like, I think that is very normal and probably important and good. You should probably do that if you're planning to seriously query. But what I have learned recently, people I've been watching and are friends with have gotten agents, like Meredith, and Brittany in Books just got an agent. I actually just literally yesterday watched her video where her whole querying vlog journey situation. And it's very, very similar to the vlog that I'm making right now, where she, from the beginning of her querying process, documented the whole thing. Anytime anything exciting happened, all the raw emotion, I would recommend going and watching. But I've watched a lot of these vlogs now where it's like my journey to querying. And what I've learned is, like, yes, it's important to keep pumping out new books, but also, like, nobody's journey is looking the same and it's never happening at the same time, and you're not too early or too late or everyone's journey is so individual. Like, some people have 15 requests before they even get an offer. Some people have one request and one offer, and that's it. And that's all it takes. It doesn't matter. Because I've also been getting really, really caught up in the numbers. Like, the wedding season, I got close to 13, I think, requests and nothing yet, you know? And this book, I've only gotten 4, and I'm kind of like, man, like, am I getting worse? But that's not what that means at all. So I've also been having jealousy towards myself. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I also still have 3 requests out for the wedding season. People are just slow, and that's fine. It's fine. Take your time. That have been out for, I guess, less than a year, but no, one of them is just hitting a year, and the other one I think will hit a year in about a month, which is fine. I am like, I wouldn't say I'm in a great mental spot with querying. It's easier to compartmentalize. Like, when I'm thinking about querying and worrying about querying, it's like once a day I check Query Tracker, or a couple times a day I check Query Tracker, and it's like crash out for 1 second. But most of the time I'm working on this fantasy project, and so it's kind of removed from querying, and so that is making it a little bit easier. I wouldn't say super easy, but that is kind of where I'm at. 3 years in, 3 books in, there's a little bit of hope on the horizon. I really planned to wait and to make this video until after I'd heard back from those 2 requests, but at this point it's been like over 70 days for both of them, and so I kind of expected to hear from them prior to that, and so I don't know when I'm going to hear, and I feel like I owe you guys an update. I feel like it's been a while. So that is how the querying is going. If you want to see like more coherent thoughts and where I was at earlier, I do have 2, like one video for when I hit 50 queries and one video for when I hit 100 queries. And I have another, like I have kind of like a playlist of like this sort of chatty chit chat, like, ooh, writing, querying is stressful content if you're looking for that from somebody who is still in the trenches with you. So my final message is, if you're feeling jealous, me too, girl. It's okay to feel jealous. It's okay because the root of feeling jealous is wanting something, right? And actively wanting something. And jealousy is kind of this like twist on that of like, I want this and you have it, and that makes me jealous towards you. And so I would say, if you're feeling jealous, like focus on the wanting it, because it's good to want and it's good to care. And it's good to try out loud, even if you're not succeeding. It like trying and being seen trying is scary. And I've said this before, and I have a whole video on this, but being seen trying is scary. And so if you're feeling jealous because other people have been successful, don't cling to the jealous part of it. Cling to the I want that, and I'm going to want it out loud. and earnestly. And I'm not going to shy away from wanting it. So that is my message. Let me just check my phone. You just never know. Still no offer. What are you going to do? I'll see you next time. Bye.